guys, good evening. Welcome to MrsDeeva. Welcome to the Facebook page of MrsDeeva. And my name is Astha Jain, founder of MrsDeeva. And I have with me Dr. V.S. Gayathri today, or you know her as Dr. Gayathri Santosh. So, how are you all doing? And do keep writing in a hi and a hello as soon as you join this broadcast, as soon as you see this video, and just give us a moment. Hi, Sakshi. So Sakshi is already here. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in. Yes, you're perfectly right. You are on time. Actually, we are before time. Dr. Gayatri and I, we are before time. And before we move ahead, how about I request Dr. Gayatri to give a small introduction about her to all of us. We know her. We know her from her amazing posts in the group and on her page, Flourishing Kids. But let's hear it from Dr. Gayathri a little bit about her.
Yes. Hi. Good evening, all. First, let me thank you, Asta ma'am, for bringing me on live, and I'm very happy to have you on live with me. It is like a really happy moment for me. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So I'm Dr. Gayathri. I'm an educational therapist. I'm the founder of Flourishing Kids. I support kids with learning challenges, and I'm basically from Chennai. Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we all know Dr. Gayathri, the amazing work you have been doing, and it's for a wonderful cause. And I guess all of you, all the group members know you by now. MrsDeeva members know you by now, and thank you so much for the work you are doing. And we are going to discuss in detail, as we move further in our podcast. And can I just request either Sakshi, and I'm seeing Pooja. Pooja has also joined in, guys. Nidhi, hi Nidhi, hi Namrata. Guys, can any one of you just share this live stream in the group also, so that we can have viewers from the group? So just any one of you, if you guys could share the stream in the MrsDeeva's Facebook group, so that we can have members from there also. Okay, so let me just first begin with the first question. Dr. Gayathri, from our earlier interactions, I know that you have a varied experience with Indian educational system, if I can say that. Hey Shreya, thank you. Hi Sarika. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Hi, thank you so much, guys. So Dr. Gayathri, I understand that you have a varied experience with Indian educational system. I wanted to understand more about it, and I really wanted you to share it with our viewers, the experience that you have, and I'm sure that everybody will be pretty amazed when they hear the story. So let's hear it from you.
Yes, it's really a wonderful experience. I started my schooling from LKG in a matriculation school, the system matriculation. Then I moved on to CBSE. So I studied in CBSE till 10th standard. Then I did my +1 and +2, the 11th and 12th. We call over here as +1 and +2. I did it in state board. So I had been to 3 different kinds of schooling boards in my childhood itself. Yeah. So that is quite a big thing. Yeah. Yes, it was really different. When I first moved over to the CBSE school, I was able to see the difference. And I felt there was a different teaching style in all different boards, and everything differed, from the books. And sometimes I felt the same content was differently delivered in a different stream. So there I found that, okay, the same material can be taught like this also, or can be used like this also. So that was an interesting note for me, because I think I knew that in my school time itself, the schools, each school differ, and each medium differs, and boards differ. And one more thing is that my dad has 3 schools, and so I have been in touch with So I know about the education and the different boards, and so I have been interacting with teachers right from my young age itself. So I know teachers and their academics and everything. I have been interacting with them, so I know more about all kind of different boards as such. Yeah, so that is my brief intro on my schooling.
That's amazing. So was this transition from one board to another to another? Was it easy, or was it like it was a difficult thing for you as a kid?
Uh, Okay, as a kid, like when I first shifted over from matriculation to
Mhm.
CBSE, the points differed was actually like in CBSE, you generally like they give many general questions kind of thing. That was there. It was a different
Oh,
experience. They will
okay.
give kind of many out of book kind of things. But it was easy for me. Fortunately, it was easy for me. But it was very
Great,
easy
great.
for me. It's like you need not prepare for your second paper kind of thing, the English part
Mhm.
two or anything. It is like you have to
Mhm.
go and answer. That was very new for me. I don't know, like everything I was reading from books, and suddenly you say you can write on your own. It was like quite a different thing for me. So that was a
Wow.
different experience, and fortunately, I will say like it was went smooth. It went smooth. The transition was
Wow.
smooth only. Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah. So yeah, that was good.
So,
Okay.
how and when did you realize that psychology interests you? So that's something that I really want to know. When did you realize, and how did you realize this thing?
Okay. So actually, my mom is a psychology graduate. She has done her
Oh,
psychology. So yeah,
lovely.
from my mom, I have been listening to her experiments or practicals. She will say, "I was doing this with my friend, and so this experiment will turn out like this way." It was quite interesting and fascinating for me. Okay, this is very much interesting. Like I have been listening to the experiments as stories for me, so I know all those psychology stories and how everything differs. So that was my basic foundation from where I grasped my psychology interest. Then, as I did my dentistry, I was to interact with so many patients and so many people. Yeah. So there I got so interested, like why some people do this in the same way, or why some people do it in a different way. What is happening in their
Mhm.
minds? What actually triggers them? Everything. So as we interact with more people, and that too on a clinical chair, you will be interacting more. So we get to know about more there of them. So there, my psychology interest kind of a little shooted up. So that was my
Lovely.
yeah psychology interest. As soon as I completed my graduation, I did my post graduation in psychology also. So I was interested in counseling and psychotherapy. So I did a post graduation. So that was
Wow.
my intro to the psychology as a subject. I learned so much there. Yeah. So there it started,
Wonderful.
it kind of moved over. It kind of transitioned also. Yeah.
This
Yes.
also answers my question the other day so I'm just sharing it with our viewers. The other day, I think
Yeah.
yesterday only we had our
Yes.
session, Dr. Gayatri,
Yes.
and I was
Yeah. Yeah.
asking her how much time do you spend in studying in the whole day? It feels like you are constantly studying about one or the other thing. You're taking up so many courses. What a roller
Yes.
coaster. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Now I'm going to ask you a very, a question probably you get from everyone, very obvious one, and I also want to really know this, that how did you move to educational therapy from dentistry? As in, when did you realize that you want to leave dentistry and it's no more working out for you, and you like you completely want to transition to educational therapy?
Yes, yeah. So this is like actually it's a gradual change only. Uh, I did my post graduation counseling. Then when I had a kid, I took a career break for my pregnancy
Mm-hmm.
and to take care of
Mm-hmm.
my kid. That time, of course, my interest got more towards the child psychology because I
Wow.
was the person like taking care of kid and everything. Every mother will experience that. At that moment, they'll be
Yes.
reading so much about psychology and how to handle kids, everything. It went a little deeper for me that time. Then when my kid started schooling, me and my husband wanted like a different school board where the academic pressure is less and everything. There again,
Right.
my research started, and Montessori was our choice. So there I got to know about still more difference in education and how kids are being taught and different things. Uh, then like I did a short course on child counseling where I actually got to know the term dyslexia, the learning challenges, everything.
Ah, right,
So
right,
that
right.
is where like I decided, okay, so because I usually deal so much with kids, I have many kids
Absolutely.
patients, and I like to interact with them. I love working with them also. If you are leaving my son and his friends with me, at least in half an hour, I'll be having some two activities for them planned up. So it is like that way. I always do something, and I love working with kids also. So this is where, okay, the child and psychology, everything. There I got exposed to this learning challenges, especially. Then I thought that there are many kids. There are many kids like who has this issue, and I think that
Absolutely.
has to be addressed. And I felt that that is the correct thing to be addressed also. And there my deviation started, and then I moved on with my educational therapy. So it is a long, slow process, but I was so passionate about it, and I wanted to do for those kids, and thus this journey started for me.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I think let's, I know we had not planned this question, but I really want you to explain to our viewers what you are doing exactly, Dr. Gayatri. I'm sure a lot of people know about the words dyslexia, dyscalculia, dyspraxia, but then how do you, what exactly do you do? How do you help these kids? I think this question needs to be address so that our viewers get to know a little bit more about flourishing kids and a little bit more about the work that you are doing and understand how important it is at this point in time in the society. So I'm so sorry I'm taking this question out of the blue, but then I realize that this is very important.
Yes, yes, definitely. It's an important question. Yeah, thank you for asking that also. Like at Flourishing Kids, like the main thing I do is like for the kids who are struggling with their learning, who are struggling with their academic issues. I I take a remedial class for them. I generally conduct an assessment. Then kind of identify their strengths and the points where they have to kind of put in more deviation, and then I give them strategies like how to go about with it. So I start with the foundation level, and I usually do not see whether the child is like in second standard or third standard, fourth standard. I start where the child needs to be. It starts like
Okay.
from the child's basic needs and whichever fundamental ideas to be done. From there, I do. Then I take upon classes for the kids. So this is my main thing, and I also conduct many awareness workshops, especially for teachers and parents. I think awareness is the
Very
main.
important.
Yeah, it is required so that parents and teachers are more aware of these conditions, and
True, true, true.
they should be more aware that what is dyslexia or what is a learning challenge, why and how can
Absolutely.
we support those kids. So that's why I conduct more awareness workshops. Then I also conduct like workshops for teachers, where I take in like steps to identify and strategies to be used in the mainstream classrooms, so that they can use for mild and moderate struggling learners in the classroom, where they can
Okay.
use those approaches. Yeah, yes.
Wonderful,
So this
wonderful.
is my
So, Dr.
kind of,
Petri,
yeah.
from what I understand, and we have been working very closely for so long, and I see your struggle also. And I understand that the biggest struggle probably today for you is to make people aware, to make people, or to educate people, to educate parents, because they somehow consider this as a taboo. And a lot of parents don't really want to come out and seek help. So, share something about whether do you have to like shift these kids to a different school? Do they have a special school? And uh, as in, just want to help out more parents over here, rather to understand that it's not something that they have to be so worried about. It can be addressed, and the future of these kids is still, because from the creatives that you have been sharing, some of the people who I look up to personally, you have shared their names. You have shared their names, and it includes various celebrities. And not even in my wildest dreams I could imagine that they were dyslexic. So can you just tell the parents watching this session that it is completely fine, and that, I mean, and first of all, share, do kids need a special school? Do they have to be shifted or something like that?
Okay. Yes. So all kids do not require a special school. And for kids with learning challenges, the main thing is these kids do not have any intelligence deficit, or there is nothing
Yeah.
like that. It is not at all
Yeah.
related to intelligence of the kid. That is the main thing parents should understand. And as soon as we address Like we have to address the kids as early as possible. If we are addressing, and we'll be giving measures and strategies so that they can cope with themselves. They can actually start reading and writing and doing everything on their own. But as a parent, if you are kind of delaying, if the parent is kind of delaying and they think that, okay, my kiddo is still small, or many parents actually change the board and they see for one more year, they change the place, everything. But see, we have to address the kids' issue. The main thing is kids should not lose their self-confidence. It is very, very
Absolutely.
important, because once the kid is
Absolutely.
above second standard, like around 7 years, they have their own self-esteem and self-confidence developing in. And if we are actually not addressing the main issue and we are neglecting it, the kid actually becomes very difficult for the kid. Kid is actually trying. They are trying so much, and they are actually putting extra time and effort to learn. But it is difficult for them because
Absolutely.
they need to be taught in a different way. So it has to be
Absolutely.
addressed as soon as possible by a parent. Then we can address it, and all kids definitely do not require a special school. And there are schools especially for these kind of learning challenges also. But for kids who have mild and moderate learning challenges, the extra support, like the education therapist like me, who gives extra support, is very much enough, and it has to be given as early so that the kid gets benefited out of it. That's the main.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we have quite a few years with us. Thank you so much, Deepika. Hi, Deepika. Thank you for joining. Thanks, Mona, Deepa, Shreya, Habina. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Lata. Kritika, how are you doing? Arunaji, wonderful to see you. Thank you, Neva, for joining in. I agree, this is much needed, topic for discussion. So I would really want to request all of you viewers also that if you feel, if you, because Dr. Gayatri has been educated us all, about the symptoms that we need to look forward to, or how can we differentiate that this kid probably needs help. I really want all of you to be very careful and read the post Dr. Gayatri is making very carefully, and help whenever they see a child, even if it is, it's not their own kid and they are with a friend or a family where they see a kid who is showing such symptoms, then they should definitely, point it out and bring it to the knowledge of the parents, because at times parents are not even aware. They just think that my kid is not intelligent or my kid is slow in studies. And you guys will not even believe that I found it from the creatives that were posted by Dr. Gayatri only, that some of the people I mean, Steve Jobs, he's probably the biggest inspiration there could ever be. Then Henry Ford, another man I like. I practically worship Henry Ford. And then there were a lot others. Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, boxer. And then Abhishek Bachchan, that's something that I think that is yet to be released. But then it's something that it's not something that you have to be really really worried about. But then you have to connect with an expert like Dr. Gayatri, and then she can definitely help you guys out. So, okay, so this was where I deviated from the questions, and now I'm coming back to my set of questions. So, Dr. Gayatri, share a bit about your experience with Mrs. Deeva, with my business coaching, and do you think it has helped you? Do you think it has been helpful for you in this journey that you have, that you have started?
Okay. Actually, I wanted to see myself. Like, it is like extremely very, very useful. Like the business coaching sessions I had personally with you, and the information you give it. And the main thing is that it suits a person correctly according to their needs. Like, you know me, and I do study a lot, and I shuffle between the classes, and I have only little
Lot
time.
of work.
And sometimes I get out of deviations, and there are many deviations, and I don't know how to plan it up strategically. So with you, like, as to go about in my business journey, it is like really really good. And each session is a brainstorming session for me. I look forward to it,
Yes.
like what happens in the next. And one more thing is that the help and support you give in the community, in the Mrs. Deeva community, is really very very good. I'll just say that I'm very happy to be a part of that community, and I get so many interesting and useful information from all the sessions. It's like I should not miss any session from you. If it is a session, if I'm not able to attend that day, at least I'll make it a point to attend the next day and listen to it and gather points from that. I even have a separate notebook where I keep writing whatever you say from the session, because I should not miss
Thank
it.
you.
I should not miss it.
And then
So
you are so kind to also let me know that you have watched that session now.
yes,
That's
yes, yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
You're like a perfect perfect mentee for a mentor. We long for such mentees, that you should get a perfect student who's doing everything by the book. And so I mean, really, even I look forward to our brainstorming sessions. There's so much to talk about, and there's so much to discuss. It's a
correct.
wonderful experience for me also.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you so much. Yeah.
so now another very important question, Dr. Gayatri, and this is a bit of a personal question, I would say. I would like to know, and I guess everybody would also like to know the role of your family in this journey. And the biggest question is how comfortable they were with this career change of yours. I'm pretty sure it was a very, very big decision for you, because you had an established dentistry practice, and one day you just leave everything. It is such a it's a steady source of income, and you have studied so hard to become a dentist, and suddenly you change your line altogether. What was the reaction of your family, and especially your husband? So what role did he play in all this?
Yes, yes. Like, actually, to be honest, like, my husband is my greatest support, and he supports me in everything. So, yeah, like, yeah, he deserves it. So, I'm like extremely grateful to my family for this. So, when I just said, like, first to my husband, like, this is what it's going to be, and he supported me completely. He was like, yes, you can do it. And if you're so much passionate towards it, I'm interested in that field, definitely you can go ahead. And he was motivating me also. Okay, you can go ahead, and yes, like how to shift over the line and go ahead with that. Then it's like, then I told to my kind of, I informed my parents,
Parents.
and yeah, so they were like motivating me from my early school days. They always kind of
Wow.
say, okay, you can do it. And academics wise, they were always like, okay, whichever you want to do and however you want to do. And they were also like, okay, it's like, go ahead
Wow.
from their side and
Wow.
everything. And I have a younger sister. She's my rock support. She kind of
Wow.
motivated me. And while I was in the confusion also, my husband and my sister played a very important role. They kind of supported me completely. Yes, and you can go ahead. And my sister was saying, don't think it like a switchover of your career or something. You're a specialist in both fields, and you're choosing this field, and that's why you're going ahead in this
Wonderful.
field. That's what,
Beautiful thought. Beautiful thought.
yeah, that's
Wonderful.
what she
Well
was
said.
saying
Well
it for
said.
me. Yes.
Well
Then
said.
actually, I live in a joint family. My in-laws are
Uh,
my greatest support. They take care of
wow.
everything. Like my mother-in-law and father-in-law,
Amazing.
like they take care of everything, and they take care of my kid, because I'm having complete classes back to back, and my kid is
Yes,
still,
you did.
yeah, he's 8 years old, and he needs support, and they take care of him
Wonderful.
fully also. They understand that, and they also believe in me. They believe in me that. When I told it, they said, "Okay, we believe, and we are there with you. We are there with you, and
One.
however you want us to support, we are ready." So I think, like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm like very much thankful to the whole support from my family. So that is how, like, I was able to switch over and move over to this educational therapy, and everything. They have their 100% confidence on me, and I think that is like really a great thing. So I can actually have my dream and my uh, career, everything. So that is what is like. As a family, as a personally, this question is like so much closer to my heart, because I don't answer this on any other interviews or any other, because I only discuss about learning challenges and kids. But sometimes we become a kid in our family, and the support they give, that is like very much helpful, and it
Wow.
pushes me up. it's like okay, you can go ahead next also. So it is like a big support for me. Yeah, yeah,
Wonderful. And we are so thankful to each and every person in your family. And the biggest thing is that
yes,
your in-laws are also so supportive. So usually parents do support daughters, and
correct.
even if they're married, they would generally parents, they really encourage. So
Correct.
and but for the in-laws also to be so supportive, that's so amazing. I think that you know as a society we need more people like you.
Yes.
We have to be very careful about our future generation. So okay, so we have, hi Snigdha, thank you for joining in. Hi Sangeeta, hi Manisha, Indurani and Shruti, and Divya Shri. Hi Divya Shri, how are you doing? So she has a question, what field Gayatri is in now? So Divya, Dr. Gayatri has moved from dentistry to educational therapy. She's working with dyslexic kids, and she's helping kids with learning challenges. So that's what she's doing as of now, and she's amazing, and she's amazing at what she does. So, and today we are just discussing her journey, her life, and we're just trying to understand what goes on in her personal life when she is doing such amazing work. Okay, so that brings me to my second last question, Dr. Gayatri. What do you think has been the biggest challenge in this journey? I would say, this journey when you started it. What was the biggest challenge that you really think that okay, this was something that I really had to work for it, and what was it?
The main challenge is like when I talk with parents or schools, like when I talk with the head of some educational institutions or somewhere, the main thing is that they actually think that learning challenges is for some other kid, or usually they say, if in an educational institution, they say, like when I approach, they say there is no kid with having a learning challenge in my school. Their school, they will be at least having 2000 kids, and it is very
True,
known
true,
fact,
true.
1 in 10 child has a 1 in 10 children, if you're
Oh,
taking an on an average, 1 in 10
okay.
children, they have a learning challenge. But in a school out of 2000, they say that no, 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 we don't have any kids. Because as soon
Mhm.
as I say the word dyslexia or learning challenge, they think that it is something, an extreme condition, and those kids are
Absolutely.
only in special schools and they are not
Special
in
schools.
their schools. So
Mm-hmm.
then I think that awareness has to be brought in from teachers also,
Absolutely.
from teachers, and
Absolutely.
parents also should understand that
Very
it's
true.
not any stigma or anything. if they're addressing
Absolutely.
if they're addressing it as early as possible, and I have many informed parents also in for taking classes for their kids, and they say it very clearly, we know that and we want it to be addressed now itself. Like I have a kid
Mm-hmm.
only 5 years old, they have started taking classes with me. That is like because the mother knows, the mother has identified, and she's a teacher also, so she knew that there is some difficulty, and she has started classes from 5 years. This is the one thing difficulty, like when I'm going out and addressing it. So I think I have to address that, and I have to first educate everyone about this.
Absolutely.
Then only people will understand more and be aware of it also. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think that we are on the right track, Dr. Gayatri. I was discussing this with you
correct,
yesterday also, with the kind of
correct.
response that you've been getting from people. So she just Dr. Gayatri posted, I think, a clip from a Tamil movie, I guess, right?
Yes,
Or it was it
yeah, yeah.
it was a Tamil
It's
movie,
a
right?
Tamil movie. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
and
kind of Tamil and Telugu. Like
oh,
it
okay,
is,
okay, okay.
yeah, Prime, Amazon
Okay.
Prime.
It is on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
And then she received messages from, I guess, 10 to 12 people not in her immediate circle who just knew her, and they told her that they thought about Dr. Gayatri when they were watching that movie, and that movie was something related to dyslexia and a kid, I guess,
Yes,
who was facing that problem. So this is
correct,
this is a great achievement, Dr. Gayatri, and the work. I mean, this is tremendous, and I guess we are right on the right path, and we just have to be more. We just have to stick to it. We have to create more awareness, and we will
correct.
definitely do it.
Thank you,
Okay,
thank
so
you. Yes.
my last question is, how do you think? all these experiences, because I'm sure you have varied experiences in life. How do you think this has changed you as a person? And I have a second part also of this question, that what do you find, or what would you say is the most satisfying thing in your in this journey, in this work that you have been doing? So this is a two-part
Okay.
question.
Yes, yes, yes. Got it. So, to begin with, I'm actually more of a practical person, and I'm usually very happy and kind of an extrovert. I talk with everyone, and I can kind of interact with everyone. I talk with many people, and that is how I am. So this journey kind of moved me. I'm interacting more with parents now. They come and address their issues, and I am always a patient person. Now I think I've become more patient, because with kids and with classes, everything, I have become more patient, and I'm able
Wow.
to address them also. We have to see the child's level also. They should have a first a good rapport with me. Then only they will be interested. They say like, yeah, we are ready for the classes. That is a very good thing, because if they're ready, only I can teach them also. With online classes, the
Absolutely.
child should actually sit before, or else they will just move around. So it is like that thing. I think I'm more contented now. I'm very, very happy. Since I'm doing a
Wow.
work which is so close to my heart, and I'm directly dealing with kids and their parents. So it is very happy moments for me. So that is that. And then, as you were asking me, can you please rephrase the second part? Can you please tell me the second part of
Yes,
the
yes.
question? Yeah.
So I wanted to know what you find most satisfying about your journey. What makes you so happy about it?
Yeah. The main thing is that I see a twinkle in the child's eye if they are able to read a word. It is like the most satisfying moment, and the child will read a word for you, and sometimes they will take a book from their library or something, and they'll show me and they'll say like, auntie, I read the full book by myself. They'll be so much happy, and you can see the self confidence, especially in their eyes. You can see they're really now only they know everything, and they're ready to fly out. So that is where I think that is the main moment. And if a child says to me that thing, and I feel very, very happy, and it's the twinkle in their eyes. I can especially see a
Wow,
twinkle,
so
and
great,
they'll be like
so great.
really happy to share with me, and they kind of share with their friends also. I got this message from parents that they actually kind of call their cousins or some close friends, and they say that I read this book, I read this book. Just they'll simply show the book and they'll say I read this book, because it was a difficult thing for them. It was a difficult thing
Absolutely.
to read a book, and now if they're reading a book and they want to show it to others also, so that is the most satisfying moment in my life. Yeah.
Amazing,
Yes. Yes.
amazing,
Okay.
wonderful, wonderful. So these were the questions from my side, Dr. Gayatri. I think before we go, before both of us go away, let's just share once more with the viewers about the work that you are doing, so that they know how, when to connect with you. So I guess that is the most important thing. And yes, before that, also I would like to say that requesting everyone to support Flourishing Kids, to support Dr. V.S. Gayatri, to support her in the work that she's doing. Please understand that kids are the future of any country, any civilization, and we have to be very careful with them. Do not think of learning challenges as taboo. I really don't understand how did this start, when did this start, and why do we even consider it as learning challenges, as a taboo when it comes to learning challenges. So, Dr. Gayatri, in the end, just let us know, and let the viewers know who should connect with you.
Yeah. Any parent can connect with me, any parent or teacher, because a teacher sees many kids in their classroom. Any parent or any teacher can connect with me directly. They can connect with me and they can talk about it. And I also offer like 15 minutes call. They can directly connect with me and they can talk about the child also with me, so that they know whether this has to be addressed, or for some parents it's they don't know whether this is an issue to be addressed. They just think that your child is a little slow or little laggy. But if you want to talk with me, you're always welcome. And any parent or
Wonderful.
any teacher can directly connect with me so that I can talk about their child, and we could plan it up like how to go ahead with their child. So this is what from me. Yeah, yeah, yes,
Wonderful,
yes,
wonderful.
yes. Okay,
Great, great, great.
okay. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, Dr. Gayathri, for sharing so many things with us. And really, really, I mean, I feel so proud to be a part of your journey. I feel so proud that I am also contributing, however little I am contributing to the cause. And thank you so much for sharing all these things with us. And thank you so much for being the amazing person you are.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me over here. And thank you for forming this whole community and making us all come together. And really thankful for that. And not only me, you're actually seeing and you're coaching many women entrepreneurs. And this is very special. And we are getting our help and support from you. So thank you so much for this. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And let's just thank our viewers also. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with us, for watching this interview. And now both of us will take your leave. Thank you so much. Bye bye, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.